Thank you for doing this, bro, by the way.
Yeah, I had to.
This is your second time. You know, it was 2023 when we did that the first time.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's so crazy how time's going by so fast.
I swear, bro. It be going by when you doing something.
That's very true.
Yeah.
You know, I have never asked you how you actually even got your name. What does STB the Don stand for?
All right, so boom. STB. The first part was really like my name for a minute. It was just STB because me, Fresh, and another one of my homies, we was all like rapping together when we was starting. So we all had like different names that kind of like went in, you know what I'm saying, the S, the T, the V, you know what I'm saying? We all had different names to go into it. But then as a group, you know what I'm saying, we wanted to kind of like be able to have one name type shit, you know, when we rap together. So we chose STB, you know what I'm saying? So that was like the acronym for Secure Bank. So then once we did that, niggas kind of, started changing their names a little bit. Fresh, my other homie. So like the STD thing, my Brody was really like, like you the most serious about it, doing what you're doing. So like you can take it around with it basically. So I kind of like took it. And then DON really Fresh gave me that on like when we was younger. I think he had called me one day. Just called me random. Just called me DON when he called me. And it was like, yeah, that's hard. So like those two, I just put it all together type shit. And I was like, all right.
Last time I saw you was at that show that we did in January, which was badass, by the way. But we were talking about how we met and like just how many different things had to line up, the weird way that we met, and how it's almost like past life
You
type
okay?
deal. Because we
Yeah.
just came into each other's life and clicked. And now here we are, like 4 years later, still doing it.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is crazy to think about for real, for real. Just like the whole link. Like I remember that shit. Like I had an A&R at the time and he was like, bro, it's this guy that he really like he's a heavy fan of music, like he really focused on music, he be commenting and showing love, like you should tap in with him. And I was like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, bet. And then at the time we was doing like a crazy SoundCloud push. You know what I'm saying? Like we was going crazy with marketing. So like he was like, trying to tap in with him, you know what I'm saying? Such and such. I was like, all right, bet. And I'm not thinking that it was gonna be anything really. Me and kind of really didn't think it was gonna be anything like we thought it was gonna be like I don't even know, but we definitely didn't think it was gonna come into being like a genuine relationship and um you know what I'm saying, putting everything together after that. Like I would have never thought that. You know what I'm saying? Like no one could have told me like, oh yeah, you're finna meet somebody and they're finna like, be a part of like the next part of your dream. You know what I'm saying? Just off of you making music. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, that's just crazy. It's just crazy.
And part of how I originally found Connor, which was how I found you, is literally just getting on SoundCloud and typing in Kansas City,
But
search, and you guys popped up. So to me, that's like, don't ever don't ever think that the little moves that we are making won't add up. Because like, people can get discovered off of anything.
right.
And you said you didn't think it would turn into like a genuine relationship. One of the questions that I had for you in the past few years of your journey, have you learned anything about how to make genuine relationships in your career, also in your personal life? Like, what's the most important thing that you have learned as to how to do that?
Um, at this point, I think it boils down to like a couple like key factors with any relationship that you're in. Um, And for me, it's like communication and respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you with anybody, you have to have good communication. And that'd be a lot of problems with stuff. You know, like things get lost in translation. If you thought I said this, I didn't say this, or I said it over text. It was taken a different way when you read it. You know what I'm saying? Or just doing certain things and not really showing respect. You know what I'm saying, to the other person. Doing something that you feel like is in your best interest, but you're not thinking about anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So then it like hurts other people around you where it's like, well, I thought this move would work for me. And it's like, well, we all working together, so it's not gonna work for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a respect factor. So I feel like good communication and respecting the person that you're having, you're creating that dialogue with. I feel like will whether the person that you're connecting with is a good person for you or a bad person for you. If you do both of those things, if they're meant to be around you, then they'll stay around. And if they're not, they'll kind of just fade out on their own. You kind of don't have to do anything to make them leave. Just your consistency will bother them type shit. To where it's like, well, no, I don't. No, I don't want to be around them. They be bothering me. Or woo woo. They'll see what you're doing as a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because there's something going on with them type shit. So that's what I think. For real.
Going along with that, I feel like it has helped me at least to think along this line. Like
Mhm.
most relationships are transactional, and that's
Yeah.
okay. So like you said, mutual respect. I do
Yeah.
something for you, you do something for me. We come together to help each other.
For sure. Because it's only like me and my girl said to me one time. It's only using if only one person feels like they benefit. You know what I'm saying? Like if only one side feels like I'm getting the most, then it feels like you're being used. You know what I'm saying? But we all use each other. You know what I'm saying? Because we all benefit off each other. But if I'm doing something that benefits you and you're doing something that benefits me, it's helping. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing something that benefits you and you're doing you, then it feels like you're using me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not. I'm doing it because I care. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's that mutual respect. I feel like, for sure.
That and love too, like
Yeah,
genuinely love for your fellow human. That is that always shines through. Like
yeah,
authentic, genuine love and care for another person.
yeah, for sure. That's another thing too. And I really didn't say that because I feel like a lot of people, um, it's like foreign to like show love for real, for real. So it's like nowadays, if you show loyalty, I feel like if you show someone respect, you show them some type of love. You know what I'm saying? Because like you can be loyal to somebody and not respect them. You know what I'm saying? Like you have like everyone has people in their circle or family members that like they're loyal to because they wouldn't do anything bad to them, but they don't respect them. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't fuck with them at all. Like y'all are in the same building. The only thing that you have to say is hi. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't really conversate or want to be around them. You know what I'm saying? But if you respect somebody, you wouldn't. It doesn't really matter. If you're fully loyal to them or not. You wouldn't do. You would never let certain things or do certain things to that person because it's reciprocated on the other.
Yeah, and that respect is earned. You got to show up every day in order to be someone that's worthy of being respected.
Yeah. That's something too. I think people just they want respect off of like something that they did one time. Like remember I did that for you. Like you should, like nah, bro. Like you gotta, be there when when I'm in the shits for real. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's hard and it's tough. Like that's where I gain my respect for you. When it's like no one was there, but bro was there for me. That's where that respect comes. And like people want to catch you on the way. you know, like they're catching you on the way to going where you're going. And it's like, I remember where I such and such and such. It's like, well, with or without you, I would have got there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you caught me on the way there anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, you helped me get there a tad faster, but without you, I still would have, got to the same place. Like, it'd be people. I feel like people out nowadays, everybody wants validation for success, even if it's not theirs. You know what I'm saying? So if they put a hand in your success, they want validation too, because like it's not their trophy, so they can't hold it up and be like, "I did this." They can't hold up and be like, "I did this." I worked hard to get this, but they can be like, "Well, if it wasn't for me, you know,
Yes.
if it wasn't for me taking you to the gym, you wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't have a ride." You feel me? Where it's like they have to find their validation to where it's like, well, what did I put in? Well, I put in this, so I deserve praise too. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone wants their moment of fame, bro. That's really what it is. Everyone wants their 5 minutes, and it's like, bro, you can't force it. Like it's gonna come. Like it'll come to where everyone notices. It's like, oh yeah, bro, it's great for that. You know what I'm saying? Like people be trying to make you, remember what they did for you. You know what I'm saying? For their 5 minutes of fame. And that's why it's like either don't last long or it just comes off like the wrong way, you know? It
I
just comes.
agree. You talk that 5 minutes of fame, man, people lose their minds trying to get it. Like just doing goofy things, but what do you really want to be known for? Especially in music, I feel like that's a huge thing. Like your lyrics, what are you really trying to say in your lyrics? Are you saying anything at all?
Um I feel like I wanna be known. Um Man, that's a real good question. Yeah. Like I wanna be known musically, I wanna be known for um different, you know what I'm saying? Because I really don't ever want to sound like nobody. You know what I'm saying? I may like how something sounds, and I might try and take my own, and put in my own twist on it. But I don't want to ever sound like somebody. So like that's like one thing, and then the other thing I want to be known for. Um, I want to be known for honesty, and I feel like a lot of like music right now is not honest. That's why like a lot of us don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why a lot of us don't feel it. That's why Not Like Us is like the best song right because people can feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's exactly the topic of what being said, like it's exactly talking about your race, your demographic, but like everyone can feel that song, like that phrase, not like us. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we've been using that terminology, you know what I'm saying, for ages. You know what I'm saying? In sports, everything with your friends, when you go out and you party, nah, they can't party like us. No one can do it like that's always, deep rooted in um community in every which way and form. You know what I'm saying? Like that no one else can compare to what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? It's always that's a something where it brings everyone together where it's an honest thing. You know what I'm saying? So like, I want to be known for honesty because you can listen to someone's music and it can be true to you at a certain time, but it's not true to you later. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like when you listen to it, it was your reality then. Like them old songs when we were younger that slap, they don't slap the same no more. You know what I'm saying? Because our reality is totally different. So where it's like, I used to like that. That was, you know what I'm saying?
I wasn't referring to you, by the way, when I was saying that. You are very open and honest in your lyrics. Like, I meant other people, like almost industry,
Oh,
like,
I
you know,
feel
like
like
what are they really saying with their music?
right
A lot of
now,
it to me is like not, it's not saying anything.
right now, right now, I think the industry is really just saying Do whatever you gotta do to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like it almost doesn't matter what you do. Like they're basically just telling you, hey, we'll give you some money as long as you're entertained. Like, it doesn't matter how you entertain us. If you can figure out how to entertain us, we'll give you some money. And like you said, they be going to the events. You know what I'm
There's
saying?
consequences to that. Like karma is a real thing.
For sure. I feel like people that get on like that, their karma be crazy.
Yeah, there's so many examples of it. Like it's so much better to take the long route and actually gain respect from people, be known for the right things as opposed to I don't even know like crazy ways that people get famous nowadays. Just
I mean, you can think about I can't really say too much for music, but you can think about like some of the influencers, like you know what I'm saying, doing some of the wild stuff that they do. You know what I'm saying to get those millions of views. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember one when it was during COVID. It was one influencer. They were going around and they were taking the top off ice cream. They were licking the top. Licking the
yeah, I remember that.
like you're willing to like go to the med. You know what I'm saying? For that million views, and it's like, bro, that's sick. You know what I'm saying? Like I would rather do what I'm doing until I get the million, and then I'll be cool with it instead of let me go run outside and look crazy. Let me go put a suit on, looking half naked, and run outside, and they're like, "Oh, look at the crazy man! Oh, I'm such and such. Go add me." You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, while I'm fully nude, yeah, add me. Make sure it goes viral. Record it. Like that's the age we live in. Like immediately, like no matter what's going on, like where's the phone? Somebody pull their phone out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the I don't know, and I feel like I don't know. I feel like actual music is starting to creep back slowly but surely. But I feel like a lot of social, a lot of social media influences have to, a lot of their personalities have to die for real, for real. Not a lot of the ego that we got, a lot of the ego and stuff, it has to die.
Yeah, I feel like people are kind of done with a lot of the games, a lot of the bullshit. But
Yeah.
like influencers, I also see it in our culture too, like rap music, hip hop music, people getting cases, getting caught up like either with guns or drugs or anything like for a music video or for an Instagram post.
Hey, bro, I've always been heavy on the like you have to separate your real life from your artistry, bro. Like if you're into all that, bro, don't be on camera doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in social media age. That's how the police catch you now. They're not riding around. You know what I'm saying? Like police are only riding around giving normal tickets and pulling people up for normal stuff. They're not doing that no more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they're sitting in their house doing the same thing we do, scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Like they're doing the same thing we do. You feel me? They're scrolling. And the only difference is when we see it, somebody doing some shenanigans, we can laugh and keep scrolling. His job is to report that. You know what I'm saying? His job is to say, "Oh, this is around the corner for me. Let me put an APB out for this for sure to be watching these people." And he can keep going about his day scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not how it was when we were younger to where like they have to find you. Like they can find you by your app and find all of your socials, all of your information. They can find it. You know what I'm saying? Like we complain about our privacy, they look through our phones. Well then why are you sitting and posting guns 1,000 times a day? You know what I'm saying? Going live with the people that you're beefing with every few minutes of the day. Wondering why they caught you up before you got to go do what you were trying to do. they've been watching you all day. Like they've been watching you for 24 hours, and they're like, "Oh, they're finna go do it." Okay, man, send those people. You know what I'm saying? And then everyone's surprised. I don't understand. There, I wasn't even doing nothing. I didn't threaten anybody, bro. Brandishing the weapon is a crime. You know what I'm saying? Like on any platform, no matter what, it's a crime. So it's like I don't know, bro. We a lot of stuff people don't be knowing either. It's like they just a lot of stuff nowadays. People are just doing it because they feel like they won't see an actual consequence. You know, like an actual
Yep,
consequence.
for sure. Like the screen life is way different than real life. I
Yeah,
feel
bro.
like that is very important to keep in mind.
That's, I feel like people be letting that screen life make it to real life, and they say whatever they want on the screen, and then when they don't have any repercussions, it's like, well, I can keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like if someone is a troll or something like that, and they do this 24/7 every day, they don't see any consequences for 2 3 years. Of course, they feel untouchable to say whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Like he can he has the right to, or they have the right to feel he can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because they've been doing it for how long? Case in point with the I don't know if you've seen it with the dude that does a podcast. He got knocked out on another person's podcast.
What?
Yeah, I forgot what dude's name is. He got knocked out on another dude's podcast because for like a few years, like talks trash on whatever woo woo, and the dude he been talking trash about was on the podcast with him. You know what I'm saying? So he's being face to face with him, and he tried to pull that. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me, woo woo. Bro, knocked him straight out. You know what I'm saying? Like this is face to face. This isn't over the internet anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
if you in your four walls when we're in the same space, if you say that to me, I can have a different reaction. You know what I'm saying? You can have real consequences. So it's like people forget the real consequences because of the screen life, bro.
Do you feel that pressure at all as an artist or just even like a public figure to constantly be making something new, constantly be on social media, constantly be posting something?
Uh, yeah, I feel it all the time. That's like my normal disdain with like social media. Is like I needed to do what I need to do, but because of how weird and like really unsatisfactory of a place social media is, it's like you don't want to be on it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because like really like brain rot for real. Like so it's like you don't want to be on it all the time, but I know I do. So I have to stay current on things because again with your music you want to stay relevant to what's going on. You know, with the images that you're using. So you have to be social, and it's real hard because like me, like I'm socially unsocial. So like I'm real social when I need to be, but like normally I'm antisocial for real. I be in my bubble. So it'd be like hard all the time to make sure I do that. But I just try to stay on myself and like, look at what you're doing, my guys is doing to continue like motivating me like, okay, good. They posting, I need to be posting too. Like, they doing this, I need to be doing it too, even if I don't feel like it. Cause Mighty, he's like a real inspiration to me for real, because like he always stays moving. And like he be dropping all the time to the point where it's like I have a body of music out, and I feel like I'm playing keep up with him right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I want to looking at the people around me being productive. It makes me want to stay productive for sure. But it do be hard though. I ain't gonna lie.
I will say off of that though, the last project that you put out, after it being out for a while, it's even better because I feel like it stood the test of time a little bit. Like it still sounds good today the same way that it did when you put it out.
Yeah, and that's what I try to do too. Um, like my album projects, like Diamond Scars. I take a long period of time to make those because I want that music to last longer than the music I make in the intro. You know what I'm saying? Like NASCAR Core is like a great in the intro. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not worried about making my major, like my main album, I can focus on making that. You know what I'm saying? Finishing up the deluxe, doing stuff with that because it's like fun. It's like, hype, you know what I'm saying? But it's like when it's serious, I take long periods of time. So like it took Diamond Scars took um, like a year and some change. Like it was a different project, different songs. Half the songs got scrapped, half got camped, some got remade over. You know what I'm saying? New beats had to be made. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it takes a longer time to make those because I want them to last longer. So if you listen to them later, it's like, yeah, this still sounds, it still sounds like it's fresh dropped. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's important. And music is one of the only things that as humans, I feel like we have at least a little bit of a chance that it could last forever, like could live on after our death. People still go back and listen to music from the 80s, from the 70s, whatever. And like, besides music, there's not too much else that you can really leave behind that's going to last for decades.
I think at a certain point, that's all we're gonna have left for real. It's like they're getting rid of books and everything is gonna be on something that's you can touch
Yeah.
and like electronics go away, then all we'll be left with is music. And I feel
Mm.
like we'll always have music, like no matter what, because like even today, like you can get vinyl records of your favorite album. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you can still get CD burnt of your favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? Like you can still do all that, and I feel like you'll always be able to have some music. Like there'll always be music somewhere. Like even in like the funniest thing enough about it, like even in every apocalyptic movie, bro, music. Like bro, like it's music, bro. In every apocalypse movie series, they find some music,
Mm.
radio, something to cut out that silence. Like as humans, we need it. Like we need something to cut out that silence. If it's not another person, we need music. Like or you need something else, art or something to where you can express yourself. But at the end of the day, it's music, bro. Everybody needs music, no matter what music you like to listen to. Like,
And think about how many shoulders we are standing on. Like people who came before us and made it different inventions that allow us to do this. Like, bro, truly think about just building a microphone from scratch. Like, how do you even start doing that? You know what
like
I mean?
yeah, I seen a post I think a couple of days ago, and it basically said like you had to have 12, 12 or 13 generations of people just to make the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to have, I think it was like all together like 4,000 people, like to where you're like you're like 12th great grandparent. Like you had to have thousands of people for you to have made it here type shit. So it's like certain stuff and certain complaints and stuff like that. It's like, bro, this shit's so minuscule. You know what I'm saying? Like even like, cause that's why I really don't. I don't like people. I don't like excuses for stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like even if I make them for something, I still be like, you know, like even if I go to try and make an excuse for that, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't really people like people that make excuses for things that they really want to do. Like if you make excuses for something that's small, okay, you know that can change within a day or two. But something that's a long term commitment, you know, something that you care about that you're choosing to make excuses for why you're not doing this or why you're not doing that. It's like I lose a certain level of respect for you because it's like um it took too much time for you to get here. You know what I'm saying? You went through too much, and people went through too much to make sure you got here type shit. So you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta use that time wisely.
Absolutely. And it's a terrible attitude to have too, because you get so much more strength when you just take accountability for everything.
I swear.
If something happens, it's my fault. Just take it, because then at least you have the power, and it's not just the world and the outside reactions to stuff is influencing everything in your life.
Yeah. Like, mm, for sure. Like you can't let everything that like that's one of my problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? That like I can acknowledge and take accountability for it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I'm of sober mind and body, I can be more vulnerable to what is going on around me or things that are inconveniences to me, and I can allow them to control like my emotions. You know what I'm saying, or how I'm moving forward with my day, and things I'm doing, to people around me, how I act. You know what I'm saying, and I'm trying to navigate and make sure that sober mind or if I'm smoking and I'm chilling, it never changes. My emotions can stay the same. You know what I'm saying? That they're able to be tempered correctly. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be dependent on something. And if it's a situation where you don't have it, then you don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to. I don't want to be the guy that people don't want to be around because I didn't smoke that. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up.
Oh yeah. And
Like,
even with meditation, at least for me, if I don't take like 10 minutes, like I will just find myself yelling, and I shouldn't be yelling for any reason. It's crazy how fast stuff can spring up whenever you're not watching out for it. I get what you're saying.
like as soon as it's like when you're not paying attention and it's like everything should be, you're supposed to be calm. It's like that's when you'll get to you, and that's when if you're not paying attention, you'll allow like yourself to be like, what the, you know what I'm saying? And get right to tripping, and it's like you have to, as a man, for real, you have to be able to navigate it. Because if you don't, then you're, you're like I said, susceptible to whatever. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be in that position. And looking at it as a young person now, you don't want to be the person that everyone calls on to be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people only call on you just to do the crash out shit, like, it comes to a certain point where you have to step back and look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, why they only call you for that? They don't call you for rational thoughts. They don't call you for advice. They don't call you for anything. They just call you to go to war. You know what I'm saying? That tells you about, like, what they think. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like you have to look at that. So it's like, why they see me as such? I got good advice. Woo, woo. But it's like that's not how you come to the table with your emotions. You know what I'm saying? When it's the situation arises, everyone's being rational. You're ready to do that. So they know, well, listen, we don't need you till it's that time. So that's why they only call you on that time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, as a man, like getting older and like wanting to like, have a family and stuff like that, it's just certain stuff. It's like looking at the looking at yourself, really. You know,
Did you ever think about giving up? Ever quitting?
for sure, for sure. I thought about it. My first like 6.5 months in, like my first year doing it seriously. So I was like, this probably isn't gonna work for real, for real. Like it feels good, it seems good, but I don't. It probably isn't. Like you know what I'm saying? It probably won't do what I want it to do. Cause like it was moving. Like the first 6 months, it was slow. Like real, it was real slow. Like everything that we was doing was just real slow. So it's like I don't know about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about this. Um, I don't know if it's gonna work. And after that first 6 months, I'd only got to I think like 50,000 views. And then I got to like 100. I think in like 6.5 months. So like that next 6 months, or like 5.5 months, that's when it started going up. And then it was like, okay, we can run with this. Okay, okay, it might work, it might work. And then going into like the latter part of the year, like the last 3 months of the year, it had went crazy. That was when shit started going crazy. That was when I got close to getting the email, and then everything else is doing good. Then the beginning of the next year starts. I hit the million on New Year's. Then going into the next year, 6 months in, I get another million, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Like at that point, it's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. If it does at that point, um, once I got like my first one and my second one, then on the road to my next one, where like everything else, and that like once I got all of that, those like accolades for me musically, it was like shit. Whether it works out the way I really wanted to or it don't, like I need some shit. You know,
When you say it works out for you, this is an exercise that I did for myself last night, and it's kind of weird to think like this.
yeah.
But like start at the end of your life and go back.
Mhm.
As far as like what was the end goal? What did you leave behind? What do
Yeah.
you think that looks like for you?
What did I leave behind? So go to the end. Um, I feel like the one thing that I would leave behind, I feel like I leave a few things behind. But the one thing I feel like I would leave behind is stress. I think I would leave behind like a lot of stress. But I feel like at the same time I would gain a lot of it too. But I feel like you would go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I don't know which one would be more than the other, but I do know like I feel like that's what I would leave behind the most. Because I normally people, that's how life works, money, monetary stuff. Um, and peace, like peace, it always changes. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like stress is what I would leave behind, like the most. Cause like I feel like I'm always gonna stress until I get what I want. Until I feel like I'm where I want to be. I feel like I'm always gonna stress or have a level of stress.
What does that look like to you though? That's more what I'm getting at. Like you say, whenever I get to where I'm at, where is where I'm at? Like the
Okay.
goals.
My goal is to um be comfortable. And be able to. I want to be comfortable. My goal is to be comfortable enough where $1,000 to $5,000 unexpected expense is nothing.
Yeah, that's most people. Like you look at whatever they say, most Americans like don't have $1,000 backup fund.
Mm-hmm. Like I want to be able to have, 10, 20, 30, sitting, you know, um, really, I would want to, my plan to is to, have some M's sitting to the side where I can do whatever. But, I'll take, 30 or 40, sitting to the side at any time, any given day where, oh, the car broke down. Oh, it's going to need a new engine. Uh, you look at engine. You know what I'm saying? Like, to where it's like, okay, cool. Oh, I need to pay for this. How much is it? It's like 10. Okay, cool. All right, bad. Just go ahead and take it. You know what I'm saying? To where normal expenses and stuff like that and normal inconveniences, they're just like, all right, cool. Because once you get there, anything over that is just like extra credit.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? You already got an A. Anything over that is extra credit work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would say where I want to be. And like I'm working there. You know what I'm saying? So I won't. It's not gonna take me a long time to get there for sure, but it's gonna take some. I'm gonna have to keep working.
Yeah. I maybe you felt like this, but sometimes it feels to me like every time I feel like I'm about to make it or like get over the next hump, some shit will come and it's almost God being like, you thought you
Yeah,
were ready for the next level, but we're gonna throw some shit right here and make you figure it out and then come back again when you're ready.
right. And for real, I think like sometimes I don't even think that they don't feel like you're not ready. Sometimes I feel like that's um just how you have to start the next level to have the tools that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you beat the last level. Everything that you had, you can bring with you into this one, but they may not be as useful. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So when we drop you in, you have a new set. You know what I'm saying? So you have to figure out this new thing, and you don't have help anymore. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So like a lot of me included, like a lot of us be thinking, what I'm saying, like I made it over the hump. It should be easier the next time. Once I get over it, it's like no, like it actually should be harder. You know what I'm saying? Like it actually should be harder. Like it's the character development. Like
yeah.
if it got easier when you got over it, then everyone would get over it and be comfortable and get it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like when you get over it, that's when you realize it's like, oh, I didn't know the hill went down. I thought it kept going up. It's like, no, it go down. You gotta go down. Then you can go back up again. But it's longer to get to the bottom than it was the last time. It take way longer.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? You gotta do some extra shit you don't want to do. You gotta do it because it will be essential to getting back up. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And really, we be stuck like at the bottom because it's like we really don't trying to do certain shit. Like I really don't want to do that, but it's like you really need to. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Man,
Like,
I feel like you get what you pray for every single time, but it looks different than how you expected. Like you want some strength. Okay, well, how that looks like is you don't just magically get strong. You go through the hardest shit that you've ever been through, and then you get strength. But people like question God or question the universe or question themselves. Like you need that armor for where you're going.
yeah, for sure. Like that's why now with certain stuff, I don't. I try not to complain. I be upset about it, and I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. So I'm trying to be who I'm trying to be. So I just gotta take it to the team because it's gonna be another situation. It's gonna be
Hmm.
way worse. and I'm gonna have to have been this calm
Yes.
and learn this type of calm because when that situation comes, I'm gonna want to lose my mind, and I actually can't do that because I can't afford to. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
it's like, um, that'd be that'd be a funny thing all the time. It happens all the time, and like I think about it even when I'm in ask the universe where like I need a door. I need you to open up the door for me. I'll also be mindful of what door you finna close. But you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like you're finna open a crazy door. I'm asking you to do something crazy. You're gonna give it to me. What door you finna close though? So I can get this door because you're gonna close the door that's significant. You know, because I want something, you want something in return. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
it's like, eh, we'll open this door, but you gotta close that door with such and such. And then you can come right on in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that my thing all the time, whatever I ask for, I always think like, what am I gonna sacrifice? You know?
Yeah. I feel like it's helped me with my goals thinking, okay, if I were to get over here to this destination, what else would have to be true in order for me to get there? So you brought up like, yeah, I want to have a couple M's. I do too, obviously. Everyone does. But what that for us to have millions of dollars in the bank, what would have to be true? Well, you'd have to have a really high profit business. Okay, what does that look like? How can I open one? What are my skills? All those things, all those wheels that have to start turning.
Yeah.
So like I think you got to be pretty specific with God.
Yeah.
Like
I,
I want to be
mm,
rich. Okay, well, how? Until you have that plan and you can visualize it in your mind, I don't think it comes true.
yeah, for sure. I feel like it has to. I feel like you have to fully plan it out. Like before you try to just be like, well, I want this, and then you just get that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to, like I remember when I asked. I remember no cap when I first asked for to get a million. I did it just lean, kind of, and casual, and I was like, yeah, know, universe, we want to give us an M. Woo, 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 woo. I did all that. And I said, give us an M. And we got the M on New Year's Day. 12 o'clock hit, New Year's Day. Fireworks went off. I hit me. Same time, almost instantaneous. Boom, boom. The next morning, I wrecked my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, the next morning, really the same morning type shit. Because this was the technically the same morning, New Year's Day morning. Hours later from that, from 12 a.m. at 8, 9 a.m., I wrecked my car. Total day. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
like that's like
But,
real life.
but I knew when I said it soon as I hit the million, I was happy. The fireworks went off. The hype died down for me for a moment. And it was surreal. And it was like, I wonder what is going to happen because of that. Like, what is going to happen now because of that? All good things come with something. So, what is the repercussion of that milestone? What I asked for being given to me? What are they going to take away from me? So, I wrecked my car. I didn't have a car for a week. Like, they took away the only thing that kept me being able to keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So, it was like, are you going to sit? Well, you want the million? Cool, we'll give it to you. We're going to take your car though. So, how bad do you still want to keep doing it? You need a car, you gotta pay for it, you gotta do insurance. How bad do you still want it, though? You know what I'm saying? You can give up now. Just you gotta worry, focus on, getting back in a comfortable position, then do some music. That's always a dangerous cycle right there, to try and take care of life, then do music. Because it's easy
Yeah,
for you. It's easy.
like they go hand in hand, don't you think?
Yeah, for sure.
What's the longest time that you've been without making any music in the past few years?
6 months.
6 months?
When I moved to New York.
Oh, damn, I forgot that you did that. That was crazy.
Yeah. When I moved up there, that first 6 months, I had any music, and I was sick. I was sick about it. And then when I came back, I made some music. The guys liked it. I kind of didn't care for it just because, like, I didn't have all my emotions in it correctly. And then, so yeah, technical role. But I came back. I made some music. I really didn't care for it. The guys liked it. I felt like I didn't have all of my emotions in it, for real, for real. And then I took like another little break, like a small break, where it's like another month. So maybe like six, maybe 8 months. 8 months I didn't make any music, for real, for real. And then when I came back, that's when I started making dinosaurs. So like I wouldn't have said really that I took that long of a time because dinosaurs would have been good. Really, I wouldn't have been able to make the music I made on that project without all of that break, all of that certain stuff with it and stuff like that.
Do you think that's the biggest risk that you've taken in your career is moving out there?
Yeah, because I thought it was over. Yeah, that's what it's over. I thought when I did that, when I moved, when I came back, I was like, yeah, this is crazy. I didn't know what was gonna happen. Like musically for me, I ain't gonna lie. It was like a stressful thing. I thought about it like all the time. Um, I wonder what's gonna happen. Like I wonder what's gonna happen with music. Everybody, um, the situation was changing. Everything was different. So I was like, okay, what's gonna happen? And shit, after I made Diamond Scars, it kind of let me know, you know, everybody still wanted music, basically. So it kind of let me know to stay doing what I was doing.
How do you stay inspired? How do you stay motivated?
Um, try to keep, I try to stay around people that are interesting. I stay around all my friends are interesting. All my friends are interesting with different lives and different characters. So it's always kind of fun, joy to my life and stuff like that. So they keep me pretty grounded and keep me always doing something different too. And they keep me on my shell. So for sure, they keep me motivated.
I got like two more questions that we didn't quite hit yet. You down for them?
Sure. Hold
Okay.
on, the movers is here. I didn't know they were becoming a semi truck. This is crazy. Semi
What'd you say?
truck. I said the movers just got to my crib and they came with a semi truck. Raised
Oh, like you're about to unpack everything?
Nah, they unpacking it and shit like that and putting it in the crib, but they came with a semi. I'm thinking it's gonna be, a normal box truck.
That's wild.
Yeah, they came with a whole semi. I'm trying to
Oh, you're good, bro. Let's wrap it up. Let's do two more questions.
really
Rapid fire. What advice would you give younger T just starting out?
um don't listen to what your family had to say about your dream. Just do it and you're gonna be better off. For sure.
Favorite project that you have made so far and why?
Uh NASCAR Core because that's the me that I used to be when I first started making music. And missed them. So I missed the lit lazy me. So NASCAR Core was definitely bringing that back. And yeah, my favorite one. And the deluxe is coming soon for sure.
Let's leave it at that, bro.
That's a bet.
Perfect, man. Thank you for doing this. Our second one. I can't wait to drop this for people.
Okay. When you coming back?
Probably March.
March. Oh, I don't know if Jamal told you about the Wichita player.
That's
Oh,
what I'm talking about.
yeah. Can you move your car? They're trying to come and park right here for our moving.
Bro, take
Yeah.
care of what you need to take care of. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you in like a couple weeks. All right, my
Uh,
bro.
do you mind if moving your vehicle? Oh, you want to pull the truck up? Yeah, appreciate it. All right, buddy. I'll see you again.
Peace.